One of the biggest questions around protest is, when can the government send in the National Guard? The National Guard is a reserve military force controlled by both state and federal governments. Governors can activate it during emergencies, natural disasters, civil unrest, or large-scale violence. We've seen this during the civil rights protests of the 1960s during Hurricane Katrina, and recently during Black Lives Matter protests and ICE demonstrations. Importantly, the Guard is distinct from the regular United States military. Why doesn't the United States use its military against civilians? Because it's illegal, mostly. The Posse Comitatus Act of 1878 prohibits the use of the Army or Air Force for domestic law enforcement unless explicitly authorized by Congress or the Constitution. The goal is to keep the military out of civilian affairs and protect democracy. There have been exceptions. For example, Eisenhower sent troops to enforce desegregation in Little Rock, Arkansas in 1957. But this was done under a separate constitutional authority and with extreme caution. Using regular military troops against protesters is seen as a last resort, and even suggesting it often sparks public outcry. Protesting is baked into America's DNA. From dumping tea into Boston Harbor to kneeling during the national anthem, Americans have always used protest to challenge injustice, speak truth to power, and demand change. Whether peaceful or passionate, large-scale or local, protests are part of what keeps democracy alive.